Begin Within Ministries proudly presents Sofa Sundays with your hosts, Reverend Dr. Michelle Ezugwu and Reverend Jeannie Sovereigns. Sundays at 11:11 a.m. Arizona time and rebroadcasts on Mondays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Come join us on the sofa every Sunday morning. Sofa Sundays with Michelle and Jeannie. Learn more at www.beginwithinministries.com. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Sofa Sundays. I'm Reverend Jeannie Sovereigns, and this is Reverend Dr. Michelle Ezugwu.
Oh, look at her saying it.
I got it.
You're getting it.
I am. It's only taken me, we're coming up on your year
I know.
in a month.
We're official in the year.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. It's my girl.
We have a full house today.
We got
I
a
love
full
it.
house.
Lots of great energy in the room. So if you're local and you can get here, you're not late.
You're not late.
Over.
Come on down.
Yes.
Hi. Yes, we
Hello.
love you too. Hi, Barbie. You know, but our Lacey girl's here. So.
Yay, Lacey.
So
oh my goodness. We're moving into some good stuff.
we are moving into good stuff
Thank
today. And we are located here when she said, come on down to 7220 North 16th Street in Phoenix, Arizona, 85020.
Home of the amazing
The
Reverend.
amazing, the
Fantastic.
effervescent, the illustrious, let's see what other kind of description, sparkly, Reverend Dr. Michelle Whittington.
Yes.
See, so when I start to say Reverend Dr. Michelle, there will always be a pause because I'll have to remember the last name. And it's like,
Which one?
stay present. So we're here at the beautiful Unleash Your Life Studios here in Phoenix. And here is the place where Reverend Dr. Michelle Whittington has her practice. We are currently in our going into our third month, our third month and our third year
3
of
years
Best
old.
Year Yet.
Did you know that? We're 3 years old.
Yeah. So pretty amazing, pretty awesome. And then there's also different evening sessions that are called P3, which is Power, Presence, and Possibility. Yes. So please check out her website. And it's also an amazing space if you're looking for a space to rent. So please check out her website for any and all of those things. Now, as far as Reverend Jeannie and Reverend Michelle go, we're here on Sofa Sundays. And you know that because, there's a thing here above us that says Begin Within Ministries.
Yes.
We're sitting down. There's pillows. And we don't have shoes on. And so that's how you know where you are. And you'll see like these girls, they have the wrong hair color today, but that's okay. We're working on that. And today's card that we have,
I just
right?
let her go with it.
Today's card,
Yes.
we'll be talking about in a minute, but first we're going to pray in. And did you take your drum away already?
No.
Oh, because I don't have my bowl. You want to play a note?
You can have my drum.
I think he ran to get
Oh, he ran to get my bowl. Okay. I was like, we forgot the bowl. So thank you. I was going to have Ann play her new pan drum.
right.
And, ding us in. You want to pray for us?
Let's pray.
Okay, wonderful.
Oh, the sound of that. Let's breathe in and release. Coming into this space together. Grounding in our seats. Feel our feet on the floor. Letting go of anything before this moment together. Releasing anything coming after our time, knowing that it will be there when we're done. Just letting ourselves be here in this moment together, recognizing there is one power one presence, one life, one energy. And that is God. That is spirit. It is only love. And each one of us are the unique expression of the one, of that love. And for my place of truth, I say my word for our time together today, knowing that as we allow ourselves to be present, as we allow ourselves to connect with this moment, we receive what is ours to receive from the sharing, from the laughter, from the joy, from the ideas. We are each moving with our truth, knowing that it brings the natural flow of abundance, of joy, of love that is our birthright. And I let it go knowing that it's already divinely guided and truly blessed. And together we say, and so it is.
And so it is. All right. Let that go out there.
This is
Yes.
shooting off that
Just
prayer.
shooting off that prayer out there.
Sending it on its way to
Exactly.
manifest itself.
So today's card for those in the room
What's the
and
theme
those
for the
online.
month? It's a new month.
Oh, it's a new month.
A new month.
new
and
month.
A new theme.
All right. What's it say? What's it say?
Did I
Theme
show us
3.
this journal?
Growth and prosperity.
Woo.
That's our theme for March, which is a great theme for March because March has St. Patty's Day, which is the luck of the Irish.
That's true.
And luck tells me that I'm winning, and winning tells me that I get money. And so abundance happens.
Well, and growth.
And
I mean, it's
sure.
springtime.
Sure. Growth.
Growth and the
Like-
abundance comes from all of that too. There's just
Yeah.
everywhere you look.
That's right. Growth in my wallet, growth in my bank account,
Love it. Growth in my joy.
growth in my joy,
Growth in my laughter.
laughter, my friends,
Oh.
growth in my love.
Well, not maybe, but yes.
Yeah.
Lots of growth in our
Growth in the amount of
Don't-
friends.
Yes, there you go. Be careful
Yeah.
because I don't want to have any more.
You don't want any more
In my
growth?
waistline right now. I'm good right now where I'm at.
Well, I don't know. Easter's not until April this year, right?
That's so weird.
So
Who planned that? I'd like to.
It's always in April.
is it? No, sometimes it's been the end of March.
or beginning of April.
Yeah,
It used to
it's
be
at the
I
end.
know weird.
I don't know. We don't change time here
Easter shouldn't
in
be hot.
Arizona.
Shouldn't be
And-
hot on Easter. It's
Right,
going to be
exactly.
hot.
We don't change time here in Arizona, so that really messes us up sometimes
Mhm.
because y'all do. And that's hard because somebody will say, "Oh, Pacific time," and I think, "Oh, am I on Pacific time or am I on Mountain time? Where am I?"
We don't know.
Yeah.
We really just look at the clock. 'cause we
Yeah,
don't
just
know.
don't know.
Thank God my phone does it automatically, or I'd be in big trouble.
Right? I know.
I already
right?
have time management issues as far as.
So what we were just talking about as far as prosperity and abundance, and then the different ways, whether it's money, love, joy, friendship, growth opportunity in general, right? That's all about keeping our mind open. So our
Right.
card says, I open my mind to prosperity and abundance flows to me freely
So where does it start?
in my mind. Begin within,
Yeah.
right? So I'm opening my mind. Well,
Because that's already there.
it's all there. Nothing new is being created.
No, you guys,
It's already
prosperity
all here.
and abundance is already there.
Yes.
If you don't feel like it's flowing somewhere, you are stopping that. It's already there for you.
Yes.
So if it's not out here, I don't need to work hard. I don't need to fix this. I don't need to make friends with, all that stuff's cool. That's good.
Right.
But the first step begins within where you need to find, where am I not in alignment with whatever it is that I
That
think I'm not
want to
getting that I
attract.
want, right?
Exactly.
That's like the secret sauce. Now it sounds simple.
It does
It's
sound
not
simple.
necessarily simple. I
It-
just
it is
say it like,
simple. It's
you're all
just not
in
easy.
today, and it's
No.
gonna be easy there for you. You're good now.
You're good.
I'm done. I don't have to say another word. It's all
You know-
begins within and just go. But
How
no.
many people read E Squared
Oh, yeah.
with?
Oh yeah, I love it.
No?
Oh yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she had experiments
Mhm.
in her Pam.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Pam, hold on a minute. It's
Yep, it's her. So
it's like right.
had I thought about
Right here.
speaking about this, I would have wrote her name down.
Shoot.
So
Yeah, I can't get it.
anyhow,
Look it
but
up.
she taught. Go ahead, look it up while I talk. She has experiments in there to help you open your mind to see things, right? And so it is about, like, one of them was the number 222. I don't know if you guys recall that experiment.
Remember Michelle?
Yeah, she did a
Michelle
whole
actually
thing.
did a whole
And-
series,
and
whole
she-
month
and-
on the book. Do you remember that, Ann? She did a whole
And
month on these
Pam
series. And
came
she
to our
even-
church.
She came
Yeah.
and spoke.
She came and spoke.
You're probably running
still
around.
look
Yeah.
for sunset beige covers.
You still look for sunset beige
Or
cards.
pink. She had pink cars in there.
Right.
Or no, pink
It was blue.
VW.
It was blue butterflies. I
Something
remember
random.
in the number
Pam
22.
Grout.
Pam Grout.
Oh my
Okay, there we
God,
go.
Where was I going?
I don't
I
know.
why I couldn't.
Actually, we saw her last year at the end of the Anton conference. She came to pick up Reverend Martha Creek, and
What?
so yeah, she was there at Unity. But anyhow, I digress. That is part of the opening our minds. So Pam Grout has those experiments. Another person who did something similar was the artist known as Sark, who does miracle walks. She's just like, miracle find me now, miracle money find me now, miracle life, whatever she was looking for. She would just open her hands, start walking, and say, miracle find me now. And a little bit closer to today's present moment, Mel Robbins has one that she does, looking for hearts. So I was just listening to Mel's podcast this week, and it was about finding the hearts in nature or whatever, and just anywhere, right? And I'm a heart rock
Me too.
collector,
I have a whole
right?
collection. My
Okay.
kids know.
Yeah, that's like a thing I
Look for
see all the
rocks
time.
everywhere.
And so now, just throughout social media, walking through different places, I have been noticing hearts, right? So this is all about getting our mind open to receiving what it is we want, right? To be aware, to look for the
But
things.
why do these experiments? Remember why Pam wanted everybody to do these experiments?
To prove
To prove it to yourself.
to prove it to
Because
ourselves.
It really does work, but if you don't really believe it, so she gave simple experiments to kind of say, go prove it. Don't just believe me.
Right.
Don't just read the book and go, oh, okay. Go actually prove it to yourself that your mind, that you are a powerful spiritual being inhabiting a physical human body, and you can actually cause that to happen. You can will it so.
And
because
attract
you
to
are
yourself those
made
things.
of that
Right.
sparkly God stuff.
Exactly.
So I know that a lot of people out there don't know this truth. Yay! I love it. I love it. Just come
Just
as you
come
can,
in.
because I know everybody's got busy. But people either don't know that, or
Mhm.
those of us that do know that, we forget it.
We forget it.
We forget to
That-
keep that. It's a practice, and it almost has to. I mean, I probably could set a timer on my phone for every single minute. Remember, hello, remember.
Exactly.
Yeah. When I feel stressed, like when I'm working on things for my business, because I'm creating a bunch of new stuff right now, so I'm in that mode, and it can cause stress because I'll get in this place like, oh, I don't know, should I do this? And I'll start to go there, and then oftentimes my mind will say, hey, calm down for a second, get present. Get back to where you're in your powerful state. Stop being out here in the worried state and everywhere outside of where our power exists, which is beginning within and in this present moment. So it's like you have to constantly remind yourself to check where are you? Where are you operating from? Are you operating from this human mindset that's all outside? Are you operating from your spiritual inward space? That's where all of your power and ideas really are.
And it doesn't take as long as you think to get there.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Just like that.
In a breath.
Yeah.
Right? We can bring ourselves back like that. Just breathe it in and get focused.
You just have to have the awareness. You have to
Yes.
have the awareness.
Yes. So
It's constant.
it can be
Reset.
easy, just
It's
not.
sounds easy.
It is easy.
But it's, yeah.
It is easy, but it has to be repeated and repeated
Over and over,
and
because the
repeated.
whole world does something else. The operating out here is different. So if you're
Mhm.
living out here, if you're in your worry and your fear and your doubt, or if you're in your sadness or your madness or whatever, you are outside and you're operating out here in this human experience space. But that's not where your power is, or
No.
where you're creating from. So if you're doing all that, just take that breath, come back to where
And
you
come back.
Okay, what's my next move from here?
That's right.
I like that.
Bring
Yeah,
it.
you can feel it.
That's
You
your,
can
that's
feel
your
it.
warrior pose right there.
Yes.
So I've got a reading,
Let's do it.
and from the Science of Mind.
Did we notice our new
Science of
our new
Mind
Science
books.
of Mind books?
Ones
yes.
with covers.
That's right.
Um,
And they're not all tore up and ripped up.
not yet.
Not yet. Only a matter of time.
So this is
It's
on
also
page.
not highlighted.
Yeah. Well, not yet.
I like
but
my highlight.
I am
I
working
might
on
get
it.
new covers for us though.
This is on page 282, paragraph 2.
What you got?
It follows then that the range of our possibilities at the present time does not extend far beyond the range of our present concepts. Okay, so just to like a little side note, because he can be wordy,
He's worried.
right? So the present range of our possibilities is not past what we've already experienced. We already know life to be at this moment.
Right.
As we bring ourselves to a greater vision, we induce a greater concept and thereby demonstrate more in our experience. So now here, as we open our minds to the possibilities, to prosperity, to abundance, this is the part, and anybody that went last week to see Reverend Dr. Michelle Whittington speak, she talked about the pre-gratitude, where in Science of Mind, that's our Thanksgiving step in a prayer, but being pre-grateful for something before it happens brings that feeling, right? Because feeling is what's creating this.
That's the vibrational match.
Right. That's what's bringing it up
Mhm.
and bringing it out. All right. So in this way, there is continuous growth and unfoldment taking place. We do not expect to give a treatment today for prosperity and have $1 million tomorrow. Okay. So this is not a get rich quick scheme. Okay. It's not it might be a little MLM. I'm
It
not
can
sure.
come pretty fast. though.
It can
come.
it can. However, you have to
I mean,
be
you don't
working.
even. I would say even $1 million could come.
You have
tomorrow.
to be
It
working on that ability to accept that experience.
Right, but see, as soon as you say it, so say it to yourselves, I'm going to get I have $1 million
Dollars.
tomorrow. You immediately block it. You can
Mhm.
feel yourself go, BS.
Right.
It's not going to happen. Well, then there it is.
And that's where
That's
we're
the
working
thing.
on opening it, right?
Right.
Whether it's $1 million,
But
whether
you could
it's the
say it in a way that you would allow.
sure, if you have
You work on
put
it.
yourself up to that
Mhm.
point, whether it's the actual money or an amount of land or that special someone, whatever it is, if you have now opened yourself to those possibilities.
Right. And recognize when you're blocking it.
Right. Well, because it's not there yet. So we do not expect, okay, I said that part, but little by little, we can unfold our consciousness through the acquisition of greater and still greater mental equivalents until at last we shall be made free. The way to proceed is to begin right where we are.
Begin within.
So begin within. And now we know what page that's on for
It
us.
is not scientific. This is the next sentence. It is not scientific to attempt to begin somewhere else.
Right. And how many times have you gone to do that, right? Because we need a plan. And anybody that's ever had any kind of business, anything, right? We got to have a plan. We have our steps that we must do. And so in order to have that plan, well, the first thing we got to do is release the plan, right? Just got to let that go and open up to the possibilities. I don't know how many times I've had a plan and then God laughs, plans change. And, but it's opened up something greater. It's not what I thought. It's even better.
Well, and that's planning is setting that intention. So it is important to plan what you want because you need to know what you want in order to manifest it. You can't just be like, well, whatever you feel is good enough for me. No,
Bring me something I like.
God, that's not how that works, right? So that the planning is part of being intentional with your life and not living by default. You're living with intention on purpose. And that causes you to be a magnet for the thing that you're planning on. However, you don't want to say to yourself, well, I'm only going to take it if it comes this way. You know, you want to leave it open to allow God to do what God does best, which is always over deliver. So, you know, if you were to say, I would really love XYZ or something better, it allows you to stay open to receiving however it comes to you, which is usually better and more because, you know, we only can see it from our vantage point.
Right.
But it's definitely, yeah, I do a lot of self-checking when I put things like that out there because I will automatically sometimes get a little tweak, like a little, I don't know what you call it, but like a little tinge right here in my gut. And it's always the part of me that's like, yeah, no, like doesn't believe in it. And then I'll have to say to myself, what is that? What is that? What are you not in agreement with? Or what do you not believe? What did I think, Paul?
No, I was looking for it. I found it now. Okay.
And so then I will speak to that because sometimes that's stuff that's operating underneath that you're usually not aware of, or it's so quiet and so little that you don't pay attention to it, you know? And so it's really important that if you speak your word about something and immediately you get some reaction in your body, you're blocking it somewhere. Either you don't believe what you said. So if I say, I expect $1 million tomorrow, I can feel it immediately. I can feel immediately this like, yeah, that's, you know, go ahead, expect it. But that's like, you know, but instead, if I go, why couldn't I get $1 million tomorrow? Am I limiting God? Have I ever known of anybody to get $1 million within 24 hours? Unexpectedly, just shows up randomly. Yes, that happens to people all the time, all over the world. Why not me? Why would I be able to get that? So it's like just playing with that. And instead of then sitting in that place of yeah, that's not going to happen, I would instead go, what would it feel like if I got $1 million tomorrow? How would that feel? And then I started to imagine it. What would I do if I had $1 million? What would I do what's the first thing I would do? I start playing in that, and you can feel how you start to get higher and higher and higher, right? Because the vibrational match of $1 million landing in my lap tomorrow is pretty high.
Yeah.
I would feel high as a kite. So I have to vibrationally match that feeling. So as I move about my day, I might be messing around thinking, ooh, is this a match for this? Is it just playing with that, you know?
I have actually done that on Facebook a couple of different time periods where I say, oh, I just won the lottery and I'm giving you $1 million. What are you going to do with it?
Oh, that would be
and
fun.
then like, you know, read what people think, you know, and the first thing that most people say is pay off my bills. God bless you for being so responsible. Okay. I mean, I just want to say that is so awesome that people are like, I'll pay off my bills.
True.
But it lets you know the amount of stress that something like owing money bothers us, you know, like so that we're willing to do that. Yeah.
Anybody have a comment to that? I would love to know. If I handed you $1 million right now, what's the first thing you would do? After you paid off all your bills. Okay, let's do after. So we paid off all our bills.
Bills are paid off.
What next? Although that would feel so good.
It would.
I
I mean,
would
that's
pay off my house. I'd be
yeah.
so happy. What was the first thing?
I would help the community.
Do what? Though, be specific. What would you do? First thing, just throw out an idea. What would you love to do? What would you love?
Help them get homes.
There you
All
go.
right. Perfect.
Nice. I
Love
love
it.
that.
What else?
True. What about you? First thing, if I had it said, son, I just won a multi-million-dollar thing. I'm giving you $1 million.
$1 million.
You don't even have debt. What would you do?
I'd probably get things that I want that I've been wanting for a while.
Like
But then
what?
afterwards, the leftover money, I would definitely have a lot left over. One thing I've thought about doing is doing those homeless packs we did that one time again.
Oh, what a
And
great
like kind of going around
idea.
the neighborhood and looking around, maybe farther than that too.
I love that. We
Yeah.
can do that anytime, honey. I love
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah, that'd be I like that. That was fun.
Yes.
That would be a fun project for our
Yes,
church.
it would be.
All right, remember
Who
that
else?
for later.
Who else has
I have
some?
one.
Have one up here.
I
I'm
love
pretty
these.
loud.
See, aren't you all feeling a little bit lifted hearing
Yeah,
these
let's get
excited
this.
ideas? I know.
Yeah.
I would take my entire family and
Oh.
go pick each one of them up and tell them I paid all their bills for the next month and bring all my people and say, you're going with me, and I put them all on a cruise. We could just be together.
Oh,
I love that.
Every one of my people,
I
every one of
love
my
it.
family members.
I
That's what
love
we would do.
And
That's
they're-
what I would do with my.
And
There
if
you
you
go.
are
I did win the
listening,
lottery
Yeah.
just the other day. I knew I was gonna win, and I did win.
what is?
$8.
I love it.
And I knew I was gonna win. I knew I was gonna win. I was so excited. I was like, I won the lottery.
Yeah.
My sister goes, you did? I said, yeah, I won $8.
There you
And I
go.
knew I was gonna
100%.
win it, you know, and I know I'm gonna win big again. I know
Yeah.
it's bigger than that.
Yes.
I know it's coming.
Bigger
It's
every
coming.
time.
Yeah.
Who else? Who else?
And whatever you want, it's
Yeah.
yours.
What else? Anybody else? What was the first thing you would do after you paid off all your debt?
Pray.
What?
Pray.
Pray.
Aw.
Be thankful.
Yes, be thankful.
Aw,
That would be
love
like,
that.
I love that. Pray and be thankful.
I'd buy a house on the beach.
House on the beach. Yeah.
Extra rooms, extra rooms
Yeah,
for
there you
visitors,
go.
extra rooms for visitors.
From the time my daughter was little, we always said if we won the lottery, we were going to build a big ranch house and take in all the foster kids we could get.
Oh,
yeah.
That speaks to my
Love
heart.
it.
Love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Nice. Anyone else?
I would make cat condos.
Cat condos?
Yeah. All the poor feral cats that get in trouble for being outside. They need a place to live and people to take care of
Big cat. There's
Big
a,
cat
I
condo.
saw on Instagram somebody that has this dog place. They take their little van, they go pick up your dog, and the dogs are very excited to go because this is fun for them. They wait at the door, they come, the dog runs into the van. You can't wait to go. They come to this place where all these dogs are. They have a pool, they have all this. People just sit in this area, and the dogs get loved on the whole time. Like, what a business!
Lovely.
What a business! I would remodel my whole house. I would love to remodel my whole house.
I get it. I would have a new house too.
I dream. I don't want a new house necessarily. I really like my home. I want to remodel it though.
We're going to the mountains.
I'm gonna get a piece of land
Yeah, piece of land.
Piece of land, Dakota says.
Creating a
and
retreat
invest.
Oh,
with
retreat
a labyrinth.
Yeah.
Oh, our
Retreat.
church. We could build our church.
We could build our church. We have labyrinth. We could have
Yes.
firewalks.
Oh, we're gonna have
All the drums.
So do you all feel that energy? Do you feel
Yeah.
that's what that feels like?
Yeah.
So if you're sitting around going,
There's
you're
nothing
not
in the
attracting-
refrigerator.
You're not
I have
attracting it.
nothing.
You're not attracting it.
Mhm.
So you don't have we didn't have to do anything to
Nope.
get that vibration. So every day, think about what it is you want to be experiencing, money wise, health wise, family, whatever it is.
Because your brain does not know the
know
difference.
the difference.
And the experiment that I did with this several years ago. How old are you guys now? 14. So they were 6
Okay.
at kids camp. And I did this thing with the kids that I pretended we were having cake. A lot of the kids were a lot of the kids
I remember
didn't
that.
have sugar, they were vegan. Like there was a lot of like these kids were deprived, I tell you. And so I did this whole pretend thing like we had cake. And they were strung out the next hour. Like they had none. We pretended that was it. And they were so sugared high.
Do you remember that?
Do you remember that, True?
Funny
Oh my
like
gosh,
that.
it was so funny. I was like, Michelle, oh my gosh, they look like they really had, because that's what we did. We discussed, because at the time period, for those of you who do know, I had a cake business. So we discussed what kind of cake we would have, what kind of frostings, and then we actually did that later in the week. We made cakes, but yeah, like all the different things. And these kids were so sugared out. So it really is about your mental
I feel
equivalence.
What
Yeah.
about True? Do you remember doing Praying Rain?
Pray rain.
We made rain sticks.
Oh, yeah. I did.
Mm-hmm.
So we followed the story of Greg Braden's story of Praying Rain, and it was a really cool story. How they were talking. The Indian chief taught him that when they pray, they don't pray, "Oh God, please send us rain," whatever. They pray rain if they were praying for rain, they wouldn't beg, they would pray for it, which means they would stand up on the ground, pretend like their feet was in, like they prayed like it
Mud.
was rain, they were
And
experiencing
how
the
it
rain.
felt to do that.
Yeah, and I thought that was so cool. So we were in the middle of summer and it was hot and there hadn't been rain for, I remember it was like a record number of days that
Yes.
there wasn't rain. So we and the kids made rain sticks
Mhm.
out of paper towel rolls and rice, right?
Mhm.
And then they sat there and they played them and they prayed rain. And we did get rain
And we did get
later
rain.
in that week. Those
Yeah.
children brought rain to the valley.
And we
You're
were
welcome.
very excited. So, and those are the things that I
It
would
was cool.
I would encourage you to find something that you can participate with that would bring your vibration
Bring
to
it
that level, because that is what brings that and opens our minds to the prosperity and abundance to flow freely, because that's really the flow freely part. Let's not forget about that, right? The freely flowing into us is the part that keeps us open, right? You know, like when you're in a situation, like I love that you brought up about the cruise. You think about going on cruise ships, right? There is such an abundance of food all the time,
All the time.
everywhere, right?
Oh.
Like it's freely flowing. And when you think of that and how beautiful it is, right? There's not a scarcity. They'll never allow it to look scarce
Yeah.
in something, right? It's quickly. That is how I want to view my world,
Yeah.
right? Like there's no scarcity here. There's no scarcity in friends. There's no scarcity in money. There's no scarcity in opportunity,
Right.
in love, in joy. We are open and it's flowing. It's freely flowing, always flowing.
I would love to, I know you and Dakota like bingo. In your
Yes, we
community.
do. We like our bingo.
So when Trey was little, the kids went to a school called Hopi here, and they would do a family fun night every year, and it usually would be on the week of my birthday, if not landing on my birthday. And so that was something that they did for my birthdays. They took me to the bingo
Aw.
night, right? And so one year, I don't think the twins were old enough yet, so it was just me and Trey, and it was getting late in the night, later toward the end of the thing, and Trey hadn't won yet. Well, there's a lot of kids. There were so many kids and so many families and all these toys up there. And he's just seeing kid after kid win, and he's not winning, and he's starting to get discouraged, and he's starting to get upset. So now when he's not winning, he's like, oh.
Mhm.
And I said, hey, like, don't do that. What's that attracting? Luckily, he'd already been. I said, what's the law saying to that? Is the law is going to give you more of that? Why would you do that? He said, because I really want to win. It's all upset, And I said, well, your friend wants to win too. Your friend would like to have that too. How about, why be upset that they're winning? Why not be like, good for you, and I'd like that for me too. That's one way to stay open, to open your mind to prosperity and abundance, is to recognize, not be jealous or envious, or that's not to have those emotions, because that keeps you in what state? That keeps you in the opposite state of those things. So instead, you see somebody winning, you go, I love that for him or her, and I'd like that too. That opens you up to the same thing. And I will tell you, I was praying.
We're all on bated
God,
breath
please.
anyway.
I'm like, God, can he just, because then he was so good. He was like, he'd run over to the kid that won. He was like, good for you. Like, he was like really pumping it up. And you know what? He was having a great time. It was a lot more fun to be like that. So even if he had lost, I would have said, but did you have fun? Because I thought, wasn't that way more fun than being over here upset and miserable? Like weird. And I said to him, all these kids aren't going to win. It's for the fun of it. So enjoy this part. Be happy for your friends. And the very last round, wouldn't you know, the last, like, there was like only like, I think 3 numbers left. They were doing a blackout. I'm like, I'm going to pass out. I swear to God. I can't take it any longer. God, please put me on my misery already.
The blackout came.
I know. But I will tell you, when they called his number, that boy, I almost started crying, like, thank you. And he like, yeah, he like went running. And wouldn't you know that all those kids that he had cheered for, I would say like 5 kids ran up with him. They were all so excited with him. What are you gonna get? And he was picking. I mean, it was like, how cool is that? That when it was his time to win, because he had cheered everybody else singularly, all of those were so excited for him. It was like I felt like a huge aha moment where, I don't know if you remember, but it said a lot to me, like,
Right.
you know, because I spent a lot of my life feeling jealous or envious, especially as a singer and seeing other people performing or whatever. I used to not be able to even go to concerts because I couldn't enjoy it because I was so jealous that I wasn't the singer.
Having that.
And it was so awful. And Reverend Dr. Michelle, almost all my learnings from her, but she said one time about that, like, don't look at that person and say, oh, you know, wish I had that, or I can't. Look at them and say, thank you for showing me one way I can do it.
I love that.
Yes, and that changed my life. I can go to concerts now, and if I even have any of that, I go, thank you so much for showing me that a human can do X, Y, Z, that there is a way I could do it. It's
Yeah.
really cool. So really be blessing, put life on others. Don't take away from their wins and what they're doing, that you're kind of eating at that. Instead, be like, wow, that's awesome
Right.
that you are.
I
this
love
or
that, the blessing and the gratitude
Yes.
for others, because there's only how many here?
Right.
There's only one. There's only one. There's only one thing happening,
Yes.
one joyous event. So when we're taking from that, we're taking from ourselves.
That's it.
That, you know, we're not adding to
Yeah.
that. And I really do love that he won. I was like, please let him win.
Thank you, God. Oh my God, thank you. It was so cool. His face. I'll never forget it. I probably even have a video. If I have a video, I'll put it in our group
You know,
because
but
it
like,
was amazing.
but like you said, it was a learning experience either way,
Yes.
because it changed the dynamic of what he was feeling by celebrating others, whether he
it
was going
changed
to
his
win or not.
experience. His
Yeah.
whole experience changed.
So yeah, so
and then
it-
he attracted the thing that he wanted right to him,
but
which is
had that
incredible.
not
Right.
happened,
Mhm.
because you know,
in the way he's
and the way he had saw
wanted,
it,
right?
right? It still was creating that abundance because he was experiencing that with others. So
Yeah.
again,
he was still
that
participating in it.
he was in the energy. He
And
was
then
in
look at the
flow.
way he was creating that energy with the other kids who
Mhm.
then cheered him on his
Right.
way. But even if he hadn't had that moment, all those other spiritual beings in their human form were recognizing that he was coming to
that he
them,
was part of their
right.
experience.
So it was even
yeah.
creating better. It was. I mean, you could go on and on for days
Right.
with that story, but it was, yeah. What a big learning opportunity that we all could look at our lives and be like, where am I? That's a way of blocking it.
Oh,
Where
sure.
am I blocking? Where am I? I should be blessing and adding life to that, because I love, you always are so good about reminding us that we're all one. So if I'm envious of that, I'm blocking it for the collective, right?
Right.
If instead I'm blessing it, then I'm growing it for the collective, which is
Mhm.
the whole, what I want to be doing. And
Right.
the energy you can feels 100% different. Completely
And it
different
bring-
energy.
It either brings it to me in the way I want it,
Yep.
like winning the blackout bingo,
Yes.
which I have done. Just an
Yeah,
FYI.
there you go.
Yes.
Which is so stressful. I'm
It's
telling you,
very stressful.
it's a very stressful.
Last week I was one away. So
Oh, that drives me. I can feel it.
So,
Like, oh.
you know, so I either get what it is that I want, or I get the experience of celebrating others in a way that brings me fulfillment in that, you know,
Right.
where I'm no longer feeling the jealousy or the negative or the anger or the that should be mine routine. So
Right.
yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
and if we are all one, then we're all
Then,
winners.
yeah,
then.
we're
And
all
if you
winners.
win and I win.
Right. Exactly. It's already done.
Right.
So
Yeah,
with that,
interesting.
I got another one. So this one is on 291. And this is about mental equivalence. And for those who aren't science of minors, that just means that, you know, how I think about things, what I'd like to see happen, the mental picture
Yes.
of it. So if you've ever done a vision board, right, there's your mental equivalent of what you're looking at. Or if you're deciding, you know, how you want to see something, like, you know, I'm a big fan of like how I want to design my new house, right? You know, this, you know, and sometimes when I go to sleep, I think about that bathroom, you know, and Dakota and I watch these shows and I'm like,
so
oh, I
bad.
love that, you know, that type of thing, the big windows. And yeah. So mental equivalent is that in your mind. So assume a case of treatment for, so 291, 1, 2, 3 down. And treatment for prosperity. And treatment is just a science of mind way of saying prayer. So assume a case of prayer for prosperity. Suppose one comes to you and says, business is bad. There's no activity. How are you going to treat him? Are you going to treat activity, business, customers, conditions, or what? And they're talking about for a prayer practitioner or somebody who does this for another, holds the highest truth. There is but one thing to treat as far as the practitioner is concerned, and that is him or herself.
Because it begins
Within, right? There's only one, and this is it. So the practitioner treats himself, the reason being that the patient's mind and his own mind are in the one mind.
Amen.
So all activity is happening in this field of possibility, right? For those of you that listen to Abraham Hicks, right? We talk about the vortex happening, right? And every time you want something, it's up in the vortex and stuff. And that it's not dropping down because, again, let's be open, right? We got to be open to this. So it's all there. If it is good and harms no one, it is yours to have. So this is yours to have. There is but one activity which is perfect. Nothing has happened to it. Nothing can cut it off. It is always operating. There is no belief in inactivity. What is this statement for? To neutralize the belief in inactivity. A word spoken in mind will reach its own level in the objective world by its own weight. Just as in physical science, we know that water reaches its own level. You must destroy the thoughts of inactivity. Man cannot become either discouraged or afraid if he realizes there is but one mind which he may consciously use.
Thank you.
There is a power of good, and it's yours to use.
Use it. For
Use
Christ,
it.
Can we just please use it?
Right.
And you know, when you said it's in the mind, if you've ever seen footage of our auras, right? And when we're vibrating, it comes out the top.
Yes.
Like this. It doesn't go like this. It goes like this, up. You know, like we're connecting and pulling down. It's incredible to see the upward flow. So we it's so important to manage that energy.
Right.
It's so important that
And
we're tuning ourselves to the
what
right
I-
station.
What I love is no matter what your, fundamental belief system is like science backs up energy, right? That period, right? Whether it's the frequency of music, whether it's the energy, high vibration of feeling, right? If it's movement and exercise, if it's the neuroplasticity of changing your brainwave by changing your thoughts, changing your life, all of this is backed up by science.
Yeah.
So this isn't just some woo-woo thing that two chicks on a sofa are talking about, right?
You didn't make it up.
I didn't make
I
it
didn't
up.
make it up.
I didn't make it up, right? Like this really happens. And, the first step in it is that effervescent joy bubble. Get that going, get that up, right? And then that changes things,
Right.
Shake it up. It changes things.
It's awesome. I know. We got to use it.
Yeah. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What you got shaking up?
Oh, true.
True.
Got a hand.
Got a hand. True's like, what?
It's like, come on, buddy.
Oh, thanks. I've been playfully recognizing my manifestations before they happen. Like I've been saying how nice it would be to have a honky tonk band or a rock and roll band. And I went to my new house I'm moving in, and there was a drum set in the kitchen, which is kind of a communal area. It's kind of a place where people gather. And I was like, oh, there's a sign, they're like, my drummer came here. We just missed each other.
Here we are.
And like, the same thing with, when I visit with owls, like I love owls and I'm just obsessed with them. And so, I always start, like I'll see the fake owls on top of people's houses and I'll start to hear them and then and before I know, like they show up at my house and hooting out and I go out and, I'm like, okay, well, if I can do that,
Right.
$1 million.
I know,
It's
right?
not
It's
that far
easy.
away.
It's easy, yeah.
Easy.
I love it.
Yeah.
Distributed by owls.
Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
it can happen.
It could happen.
Anybody else? Anything else coming up?
I know this is, what did I write down here? Oh, I already told you guys about the aura thing, but yeah, I think the beginning within, I love the idea that the treatment, reminding ourselves, we're not praying for other people, because if you pray within, you already are, because we're all one, we're already connected. I don't need to pray for what I'm seeing out here. I need to treat myself.
Right.
And the way I see it, what I'm doing with it, and the thoughts and the feelings and the energy I'm putting out, because it will affect the collective anyway.
Exactly. And anybody that's ever worked with me as a practitioner, I prefer not to hear the story. It's easier to not get the bedevilments of the story
Right.
and to hear what it is you want to feel. So if you're like, I'm in financial crisis, or, I'm having this problem with this sibling, or whatever the case may be, and it's like, but how do you want to feel? And they'll say, well, I want to feel peace, or I want to feel release, or I don't want, sometimes people will say, I don't want to be stressed. And I'll go, okay, well, let's change that. What does non-stress feel like? Right? Well, it feels like joy. It feels like love. It feels like laughter, and praying that, first of all, for me, so that I'm putting it out there in the collective, and then unifying with you on that, so that as a unification with the divine, we are now accepting that in the one mind, in the field of possibilities, in the all that is.
Right. And sometimes it can feel like you can't embody that, and that's why having a practitioner or somebody who is spiritually aware can help with it, because sometimes you just have to believe that they believe.
Right. Because when you're in the muck, it's hard.
It can
And
be
it's hard for me. I have to go to somebody else. I can't always know the truth of me.
Right.
So
But I can believe you believe.
right. I can know that you know the truth.
And I can hold that space, which will, if you think about it, that will automatically shift my own vibration anyway. So I just wanted to add that, because as we both have been practitioners before we became ministers, but in that practitioner space, that's what's so important to understand, is like, you don't actually have to have it right now.
Right.
But if you don't have it and you can't do it for yourself, it's so important to find someone else that can hold that space, because you can believe that they've got it.
Right.
You can believe that they believe. There's a big story about Mary Van Morrissey, who was on her deathbed.
Yeah.
Literally on her deathbed. And
The pinky?
Yes. And the person came to her and said, is there anywhere that you don't hurt right now? She goes, well, my pinky, or was her
I think it was her. I think it was her pinky
Some weird
finger or
little
pinky
spot,
toe or
or
something like that. Yeah.
And he goes, okay, focus there.
Yeah.
And then she said, do you believe that I believe you're going to be well? Do you believe that I believe that? And she said, well, yeah, I guess so. And she did. She healed, and she's been around forever now.
Yeah.
Blessing all of us with her
And that's the thing. So the word practitioner might throw you off. If you're in Unity, they're called prayer chaplains.
Yeah.
If you're in AA, they're called sponsors. I mean,
somebody that
find-
can hold this.
right.
space
Find
for
somebody
you,
who
your truth.
believes that truth, that you are whole, perfect, and complete, and holds that for you when you cannot. So regardless of what you call them in your particular faith or religion or lack thereof.
Right. That's why if you don't have the spiritual community, make sure you have a friend.
Yeah.
Somebody that is in your tribe, that you don't go to your Debbie Downer friend.
No,
That's not the right one.
that is not the right friend.
No, that one's just going to be happy. Oh, yay, we're having our pity party together. No.
But they have their moments.
They do. Sometimes, yes.
Sometimes you need the Debbie Downer.
Yes. I'm not saying don't have one of those. I'm just saying.
If you're needing prayer and
Yeah,
spiritual uplift, don't go to Debbie.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you should have somebody, because we all are going to, it's just natural part of life.
Yeah.
There's always ups and downs, ebbs and flows, things that happen. And all of it is for our own betterment. I mean, all of us grow through those moments.
And, and one of the things I feel the need to bring up is that, sometimes we don't reach out to others because we don't want to bother them.
Yeah.
Please don't do that.
Yes.
Don't do that to them.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Yeah.
That's not nice.
Because I know for myself, when somebody calls me, well, one, I was taught, don't answer the phone unless you're ready to pray. So if you get my voicemail, I might not be ready to pray. No, I'm kidding. Well, maybe not. I don't know. But, also the fact that there is such a thing in that service of being able to be there for somebody when they're going through something and holding that space and being on the other end, saying, I got you. Whether it's text or Marco Polo or phone call or email or however you reach out, just really reach out because people are there for you.
Right,
Yeah.
we are, right. I just think that's a really important thing to remember is, but sometimes you but I would recommend highly to be reaching out before you need to reach out.
Sure. It's easier
Yes.
if you've been doing it.
Be
I mean,
developing those relationships,
Yeah.
at least have one person that you can tell anything to, that you can be supported with, but do that now with the little things, because then you won't feel uncomfortable, as uncomfortable when it's something serious. You'll be making we talked about this I think last time, you're making all the deposits now so that you feel okay to withdraw.
So it's always so funny because I am not a talker on the phone. So if I'm actually calling you, people pick up, right? They're like, oh my gosh, she's calling. It's not enough. What's going on? So yeah.
I know, Jeannie's calling me. I'm like,
I'm like, oh my goodness.
why is she calling me?
Yeah, it's like, I generally don't call while text.
I would think other people think that about me too, because I don't
Yeah.
sit on the phone. I'm very quick to move, but if I
Yeah.
called, I think people would be like,
Uh-oh, what's going on?
either I'm in trouble or Michelle's.
Something's happening. Yeah.
No, just kidding.
How
Oh
funny.
my gosh, I think this is such an important topic. A great way to start off this month because
Yes,
I don't know about you, but I love prosperity and abundance.
I do. I love prosperity and
having that
abundance.
flow.
I love growth.
I love growth.
My word this year is opportunity. So that's the root that I am looking for. So which means I'm looking for opportunities in things and watching them bloom. So yeah. So
think my
growth
word
is definitely
Intention
intention. I
and
like
bold, step bold. I keep telling myself, move boldly. Like as soon as I have an intention, I'm going to do this, and all those, those fears or whatever. I don't like the word fear, but all that stuff comes up. Why this won't work?
Yeah.
And my mind goes
Those
boldly.
doubts.
Boldly, we're stepping boldly. We're not listening. I'm not listening.
that. Okay. I'm going to get you a little
Intentional.
Star
and
Trek
boldly.
patch.
Yes.
Boldly go where
Boldly
you've never gone before.
Exactly. That's how I feel right now. Like move bold and quick. Don't even,
Engage.
You have to engage. Yes, I need it. Now I have to have
That's
it.
yes. to
That's
have
my
it.
new thing. I need that now. Engage. That's
There you
it.
go.
Just engage.
Engage.
Just go. Go
Just
boldly.
go.
Yeah, we're not messing around. We are
Not
not
messing
messing
around.
around. No more
20
of that.
That's why I was like, it's deep diving in 2025.
Yeah, if you've
we are
got-
going to do it this year.
If you have plans, dreams,
Yeah.
goals, like we're not messing around. Let's stop it right now. If
Actually,
you
I
need-
say that every year though.
And if you need prayer on that, or if you have something in your life where you feel like, yeah, and it was nice what you said on the sofa, but I still feel this way, like reach out into our message or something. But like, let us pray for you. Let us do something about it right now. So we're moving intentionally, boldly. We're pull all those opportunities.
And we're
are
looking at
flooding in.
we're bringing in the opportunity.
That's what we're doing,
Yeah.
and the more of us that do it, the more of us that it's easier.
Exactly.
We'll do it together.
Let's do it together. High five.
High five. All right.
All right.
And boldly go.
Anybody, anything?
Going once.
Yes, true. What did you have for us, honey? I mean, you brought it up. I just.
Drew actually has a lot of intellectual thoughts to say.
He's going to it. Huh?
What about boldly? Can you say
Can
something?
you, can you speak to boldly for us? What are you boldly doing this year?
What's your intention? What's your big goal?
My big goal for this year would probably be to like make sure I get a good start in high school, so I can go to college in the future.
Look at this guy.
I know.
I didn't pay him or anything. That was just.
Well, there you go.
That's awesome, honey. I love
that.
I love that.
Anybody else? Bold intention. You wish to declare
Joy.
joy.
For joy.
Joy this year.
There you
Joy
go.
this year. Joy. I'm trying to think there's a saying about joy, but I can't think of it.
Creativity.
Creativity. Yes.
Making the best art I've ever.
Oh, yes.
Yes, because we're having a fall art festival. So
That's
I
right. We'll
suggest
be
you
having a fall
get your
art
stuff
festival.
ready, because that's what we're doing in the fall.
That's another one of my manifestations.
Well,
There we
it's
go.
already
We're
done.
here for you,
I
Adam.
know. We're working hard.
Adam was-
No,
Yeah.
actually, it's in May.
Yeah, May. It's in May now. So
So,
Okay. Yeah.
we couldn't. We had to get.
We had to get a different
We had
date.
to align with them.
Yeah.
With
But
the
we-
location. That's
But we do, so, well, let's pray out and then we'll
Yes,
tell
let's pray
people
out.
everything.
okay. So we got. Hang on because we got stuff.
We got stuff.
We
Don't go anywhere. So knowing this tone, this divine vibration that is the one power, the one source, the one energy that is the universe, God, love, joy, peace, the one that is me and everyone here within the sound of my voice and beyond. And with this, I know that this time together has been blessed, that each person received exactly what they needed to be filled, to be open, to be aware and awake to their best life yet. And for this, I am so grateful. I am grateful for this time, this blessing, this truth, and together, this manifestation of all that we have. So I let it go, and I call it good. And together we say,
And
so it is.
Yay.
All right.
All right. Let's tell them.
Okay, so we have a concert coming up that some of you may have known about.
Big
and
concert.
It's a big concert. It's a big, huge concert.
Got all the goods.
It will be May 8th, which is a Thursday night. And for those who are partners, it is free for you.
Yay! We do need your intention. We need
Yes.
to know if you're a spiritual church club partner. We just need to know that you would like your tickets, not
Yeah.
transferable.
It's
But
right.
we'd like to know that you're going to be there because we'll reserve your seat and your ticket, and so
Right.
good to go.
Now, if you're not a spiritual church club partner, you can always sign up. I mean, that you can do on our website.
That could be good.
You can.
Oh,
But
no.
if you have decided that you'll be purchasing a ticket, they are $30. And again, this is going to be at the Franciscan Renewal Center. It will be a singer-songwriter concert in the round.
Yes.
We
Yes.
have
A musical sofa.
a musical sofa.
We're gonna
Yes,
have.
it's Sofa Sundays musical.
I know. It's a musical. But we have
We have
some great names.
well,
we have one in the house.
we have
right
one,
now.
well, we have two in the house
In the
actually.
house? Oh,
Yeah, you too.
oh yeah.
We have Adam Smith who will be performing. Yay!
Songwriter, singer-songwriter.
Singer-songwriter. We have Sisters in Spirit, which half is here.
Yeah,
Michelle and
bring
Deb.
the band, put the band back together. for
We
this,
have
huh?
Marcy Baruch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes. So,
We have Cerise Patron.
So can't wait.
We have Jennifer Ann Sheets.
Possibly Scott Schmelder. I'm
And
gonna-
possibly
that'd be
Scott.
great.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's everybody, right?
And that's everybody. It's a huge
Yeah.
group.
Yes.
Lots of music.
And I'll be your MC.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be so much fun. We're
Yes.
gonna have
So
a little bit of a meet and greet ahead of time, and then a little gift. You guys get little swag bags.
Yes.
When you get there.
and we're just doing this. This is a concert to one, support and showcase our local talent who
Mhm.
obviously are amazing
Oh my
people,
goodness,
and
so
you've
fun.
seen some or most of them in different forms. This together, there will be collaborations.
Yes.
It's also to celebrate our new song that Michelle wrote for Sofa Sundays. So that's a celebration there, and a celebration of you, our congregation, our people,
Yeah.
just to say thank you for being with us this last 2 years. And we are looking forward to doing big events and small events throughout this year. We would like to do more things. So
We want to support our community. We want
Mhm.
to have more things for our partners to benefit from for supporting us too. And we love these things ourselves. So we
Right.
want to see our community be
Right.
be
Es-
known for some of these things.
especially in the arts,
Yes.
the creative endeavors that our partners have, both musically, artistically, writing, this is a very creative group,
Oh yes.
and we would love to support that and see that expand.
Right. So we're very excited. This is our first big event, and we're super excited.
We're
to
super excited.
bring it to you. We'll be at the Franciscan Renewal Center in
Yes.
the small auditorium. Holds about 144 people. Our spiritual church club partners will get there their tickets first, and then we'll be selling those right away.
Mhm.
So you'll start to see the QR code and then the links and things like that
Yes.
this coming week to get your tickets soon, because with all of us, I
Yes.
anticipate that they'll go quickly.
Yes, everybody has a following,
I
so
know. So I'm so excited.
that will.
Yeah, but it's going to be singing, the different groups or different artists will be doing their own thing, but then we'll also have collaborative songs too, which is going to be very exciting. And then I think Anne's going to do some signing for us too, which
Wow.
makes it so fun.
I was so excited just from our group meeting.
I know.
Like we had an online Zoom thing, and I was like, "This is amazing."
I know. And Marcy had a great idea about how we would do it, and then the musical sofa.
There you
Uh,
go.
What?
May 8th.
May 8th. It's a Thursday night.
5:30 to 9:30.
Yes.
What is it? What time?
5:30 to 9:30 on May 8th.
So 5:30 to 6:30 will be a meet and greet, so that you know that so that's kind of the little part there, and then the concert will start.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be really good. So special. Yeah. So that's all I know.
That's all I know.
Okay. Well, one of the things I do want to say, True, hang on a second. I know it feels like I'm done, but hang on a second. So if you do love what we're doing, if you love watching us and we're, speaking your language, or you feel supported by what we share up here on the sofa, what our congregation shares, we would love for you to, support us with your tithe, and that can make you you can do that one-time donation on our website, which is beginwithinministries.com. You can also become a spiritual church club partner just in time for our
There you
concert
go.
coming up in May. But that's $45 for an individual, $75 for a couple or a family, and that also can be done online in a monthly donation. But we would love more and more partners, because with more partners, we can do more things like concerts and things like this. So that's what we intend for our community. And the support is greatly appreciated.
Yes. And then also like and subscribe.
Share.
And share
Comment,
us.
share. The algorithm likes that. Makes it think something's going on here, which it is.
It is. There's something going on here. So thanks for joining us.
Yay!
And we'll see you next week.
Thanks for the full house today too.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Tune in again next week at 11:11 a.m. Pacific Time, or Monday evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.